Okay, it is super windy out here, but I'm super excited because all the gardens are planted. Yay! Hi guys, I am Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 14 children. 12 of those children are still at home. I am actually really cold, hence sweatshirt. It is June here. I am in the high tunnel. You would think that it'd be warmer in here, but it has been raining and like in the 40s or 50s over the past couple days, and it is just really chilly. So I'm just going to take you through. I don't know if we'll be able to get outside or not. It looks like there's a break in the clouds right now, but I'm not sure if we'll actually get to have a break in the clouds as soon as we go out there. We shall see. Let's go. So our garden is really coming along. I'm really pleased with it. We're starting to be able to pull some things from the garden, which is really exciting. So I'm sure you guys remember, here is that broccoli that was planted on the side. And I have taken all the trucks again. I've taken all the broccolis and like spread them apart, and there is some lettuce in here. So we've been eating through all this lettuce in here. Every day we're grabbing either lettuce or kale. See it in there? So every day I'm just coming and grabbing a bunch of this lettuce, and it's perfectly good still as our broccoli grow. So excited for the broccoli and stuff. So that's my interplanting on that side, was the lettuce, and we've just been picking through that. I love to try to shove things in all the little nooks and crannies so that we're using up all the space. So in this row here, I have various things. These are Brussels sprouts, and I have cabbage in here. So there is a bunch. I added some more cabbage here in spots from the back section, which I'll show you too. Any place, we went through this whole high tunnel the other day. So basically what I do is I'll go through, and if I have doubles of something, I will like pull that out and put it in someplace else, and then I can give I'll take the plant that's out and I'll put it in either an empty spot, or I'll put it in an empty spot out in my other gardens. So here are peppers. These are the yellow peppers. I'm gonna make banana peppers. Here's some thyme. I can probably pick and dry some of this here. Some more Brussels sprouts here. Some of these carrots. Those carrots are beautiful. So I have carrots here and kale. This kale is so ready. At the end of this video, I will be sharing our favorite way to eat kale, so make sure you stay tuned. And then these beets are gorgeous. We were supposed to go through these, and we started to on this end go through them and take the smaller ones out and eat them, and I started to do that, and then I had one of the kids helping me out, and they said that it was all done, and clearly, let me see if I can get back a little bit, clearly it has not been weeded out enough. But at this point I'm just going to wait until they grow as big as they might grow and use things as I can in my kitchen. So this is a different type of kale. This is the, I think it's the purple curled top one. And I have, as you can see here, I put some kohlrabies right in the middle of the other ones, just because I had extras and I just shoved them all in there. So this needs to get weeded. These are my onions that I grew from seeds, and we need to weed this area. And some Swiss chard. We could be eating on that. And our peas are growing great along this trellis here. I've been trying to slide them up through there, but we're getting some flowers here and there. There's some there. And some there. So I was going to transplant some other cabbage the other day into here, but then I noticed that some of the seeds were indeed coming up from the other cabbage, so I didn't want to, there's some smaller ones here, I didn't want to transplant in there if those were going to come in. So the other day what I did was take these, you can see I just interplanted a cabbage in with some of these strawberries. Again, a cabbage in with some of the strawberries. I'll show you where I took the cabbage from. I did that all throughout, and then like a cabbage here at the end. Now, this, okay, I'm going to go from here all the way down here. I had planted the peppers in here. I planted peppers inside my house, and that did not work. None of them came up. Literally, I think I planted like 75 peppers, nothing came up. And then I planted rows of peppers in this row, and none of that came up. So I might as well use my space. So I just took all the cabbage and I put those in the other day. See how these ones are big there, and then those ones are smaller down here. And then we got those from this area here. So we have beans here, and then cabbage and beans, and I planted and broccoli here. We'll come down this way and I will show you what we got going on over here. So here are some sweet meat squash. I have not grown these yet. I'm going to see how these turn out. This was one of the beds that was like sandy, and then we added stuff to it. You can tell the leaves look kind of funky, so we'll see how it goes. And then this is Brussels sprouts back here. So what I'll do, I need to weed, oops, can you see? Let me see if I can get it so you can see. Okay, I need to weed this stuff and then even these out so the Brussels sprouts can go along back, because they're all clumps. See, there's a clump here and then there's a clump right there. So I'll do the same like I was doing the other day with the cabbage. And then this bed here has, very difficult to see. See this? See that? Those are leeks. So I need to weed this bed. And then we need to weed this, but you can see the corn coming up in here. And then this one was weeded. This is another leek bed. I have yet to have success with leeks. So I tried 2 beds this year. I have not planted them in the high tunnel, and I'm really hopeful that this will turn out. We had a little cosmos there. Nasturtium's getting big. And these are some of the onions that I grew from seeds. And then we need to pick a bunch of this. I think one thing that I'm going to do today is pick some of my greens, and we're going to be making up our favorite kale, and then I'm also going to be dehydrating some of those greens. So I will take you along for those things. So in here, this is the kale that I'm saving seeds for. So the seeds, let's see. Let's see, it's really hard. In these little pods, it doesn't like me. It's like trying to focus on my hand and not the thing. In those little pods are where the seeds are. Oh, maybe you can see them better now. See here? In there is where all the seeds are. So we want those to, see how they're getting fatter here? That will have seeds in it. So we'll be able to save the seeds from that. Here are our little rhubarb plants that we have been babying, sort of. She needs to come in and water these. And then we have a bunch of tomatoes and strawberries. She was having those for sale, and not too many people want them, so we're going to look for a spot to go ahead and plant those. So this side here we pulled up. I don't know if you guys remember, we had radishes all in here and we pulled those up. So we have the nasturtium, we have kohlrabi, starting to get some little peas on our pea plants, which is exciting. The kids were loving having those radishes. They just come out and grab them out of the garden, and then we cooked some up too. I need to replant some of the beans because this area here, there's no beans in there. So we need to replant. Those were the Chinese noodle beans. So making note to self, I need to replant those. All the flowers on them. Love pea flowers. Okay. So all the way down here. And all this, see, this was all a little teacup. This was all radishes all up and through here. And those are harvested now. Look at that. Beautiful. My kids, remember the girls, they planted these flowers and stuff. So the other day they came out and they had a flower. They were super excited for that. Yeah, I'm eating the pea. Okay. I think we're gonna go out the back door. I don't know. I'll be back with you guys. Okay, so the little girls made these mounds here. This is our pig pen. So this is just for our mom pigs when they go to give birth, so they're close to us, and so we can put heat lamps and stuff into the building so the piglets and everything could be in there. But all their squash are starting to come up here. I don't think they actually know that yet. They had planted that probably only like a week ago, so those are really really cool that they came up. So we are going to go over here as well. So I think they said they had 25 or 30 mounds, something like that. Yeah. So my son, he planted this area. So this is all in corn. So each mound has 4 rows of corn in it. And I can see some of them poking up because we've had such rain. I think he's going to have to come out and try to shove them in. We had this weather where it was like 90 degrees outside. It was like 90 degrees one day and then 40 the next. So we've had interesting weather. I don't know what the heck it's going to do. And then my poor field pumpkins. So, I mean, seriously, I've been doing this for years and stuff like that happens. Most of my squash ended up dying. I need to put some seeds in there. We were watering it. We went from like drought to torrential downpours. So, I mean, you just do what you can, but you have to constantly be watching what's going on in your gardens. That way you have time to shove more seeds in the ground. If I walk this today, I'll shove more seeds in the ground this afternoon. I'll put everything that needs to get done on my whiteboard, and then we'll get away at it. So let's move over to, I don't know if you guys saw or not, but we had an issue. We moved our chickens. We have a portable chicken coop, and we moved that down, and then we put electric fence around it. And yeah, our chickens decided that they didn't care. They were just gonna like hop over the net, not fly over, hop over. Their wings are clipped, all that type of stuff. Yeah, so I wanted to use that space for something. And in this interim, somebody had given me a bunch of potatoes to be pig food for our pigs. And when they did that, you have to cook potatoes down for your pigs. You can't just give them raw potatoes, or at least in excess amounts. And so I was cooking them down, and I realized that we had like 8 bags of organic potatoes in there. So what I did was, in this area here, you can see over here I have, it looks kind of mounded up. So all I did was dig a hole, take a pitchfork, clump it up, and put potatoes in it. I actually did this years ago. I took, we had like mounded a bunch of stuff, and there was a big mound inside of the cow paddock, and I was like, I don't have any space, and I just shoved potatoes in it, and that was the best harvest. And I actually, in those potatoes, I never even got potato bugs, and that's something that we battle here in Maine, is potato bugs, because it's kind of commercially grown a bit north of us. And so I think it brings up the population or whatever. So that was super exciting. So in here I have squashes. I don't see anything coming up yet. This was all planted by seed. I don't see anything coming up yet, but it has been raining. I also don't see seeds popping up. So that's a good sign that there is no seeds coming up out of the ground. And then this area here, let's see. I have some straggling tomatoes there. I'll probably need to replant some of that there. Yeah, definitely need to replant some of it after these rains stop. And I don't see anything coming up in here, but I also don't see a lot of seeds. Oh, maybe something, let's see. Right there? I don't know, I can't see. Right there. There we go. Looks like little beet seeds or something like that. So I don't know if I can go over to the other side of the house today, but we will go into the garden that is a brand new this year, that I was layering up I layered up the cardboard, and then we put down that mulch, cow poop, whatever, horse, whatever, that we got from our friends. We put that on top of the cardboard, and I'll show you, yes, I know, and I'll show you that garden. We're going to come in here. And this is taking established. This is actually becoming established, which is really nice. I've not seen anything yet from any of these strawberries, which is very frustrating. I struggle with strawberries. I lived in the city and I grew like 50 strawberry plants, and they were gorgeous. gorgeous. I've tried every year to do strawberries and I seem to fail. We have the strawberries in the high tunnel. The ever-bearing strawberries, they look beautiful. The June-bearing strawberries, I just put some in the back, and I put the other ones over here. I was hoping that would work, but I think what I might do is start some more June-bearing strawberries in the house and then plant the actual plants outside. So here are herbs that we grew together, and then some of the beans are popping up along the back here. I believe those are the Mayflower ones. They're starting to come along the back. They're not totally dead. My cucumbers that I planted here totally died, but I've already replanted that. These are the raspberries, and they go all the way down to the end here. We have 25 here. Well, no, we don't have 25 here. I think we have about 20 here because we put 5 on the other garden over there. So some things are starting to come here. Let's see. These are beans, obviously, and I don't remember what kind. And then there's beans on this side too that are coming. I wrote them down on my book and I also mentioned them on my other video, but offhand I don't remember. And then these I thought were going to die because we had such hot weather for those couple days, and they started to get all yellow and look like they're going to die, but it looks like we have some new growth in here, so I'm super excited about that. And then here looks like radishes and broccoli. And then over here I think we have some lettuce going up and cauliflower. And then I think these are limas. No, these are dwarf Taylor. Beans are all starting to come up there. That means these ones are limas, bush limas. And then we planted seeds. These were, right here was where I had those white cucumbers, and those plants all died, and so we had to replant those, but those are all replanted now. And then this is our beet monstrosity, where my 2-year-old got into the beets and we just kind of tossed them all over, but they're starting to take. And then we have the 2 cranberry plants here that my mother had brought back from her trip, and then we planted a bunch of herbs all along here. And then this starts where the raspberries are. So that is about what there is for the garden here. I have the sheep out on the other side, so I can't show you the raised bed gardens right now, but we are going to go into the house and make one of our favorite kale recipes. Hi guys, so I'm inside now and we are throwing together supper, and I just have the kale, and this is how we do our kale. So I have a bunch of coconut oil in the bottom, and then I just chop the kale into small pieces. I just like lay them flat like this and then chop like this. And I have an onion in here, and then I have some garlic that I put in oil. See the garlic, the oil's kind of in the top. I did this last year with our garlic, and then I throw these in the freezer. So I'm going to add, a good bunch of garlic in there. If I can do this one-handed or not. Maybe. Woo! This is easier said than done. Okay, about that much garlic. And then I'm just going to put it on the stovetop and saute that down. I'll be back when it is finished. So here we go here, and I'm just going to throw a bit of salt on the top there.
Okay, how?
You can help in a minute. Okay. Do you want to taste some? Okay. Yeah, I'll put a little bit in your bowl here, in this bowl. So I'm not going to do too much for her because she's just little, but that is how it is. And it's super simple, easy, and it tastes delicious and super nutritious. Hope y'all enjoyed.